Anyway, last time on Aether Eternius Dark Side of the Foundry, you guys finally made it to the Plane of Wind. And realized that after talking with some people and experiencing it firsthand, the weather here is gone completely mental. It's completely unpredictable to a point where you basically got sonic boomed, and a few of you fell on your butts because of it, which was hilarious. You did kind of go to the market. You completed kind of a small little errand for one of the drivers that agreed to take you to the island that was home to the scholar that you are looking to meet. Several of you got sick along the way. One of you passed out because of the sheer insanity of the ride itself, because you were basically riding through very unstable, stormy weather. But you finally made it. You made it to the island, and you proceeded your way up what seemed to be a floating mountain, essentially, into what looked to be a cavernous area. Inside, you found yourselves beset by a maze. And this maze was strange. Each corridor looked the exact same as the other, with a few exceptions, but you found out that if you went to the wrong way, you would be basically teleported back to the very beginning. So, after some trial and error, you're able to chart your way through some of the dungeon, but not making a whole lot of progress. Eventually, a few of your party members, mostly Rose, and then later Frias, noticed that there had been a presence inside of the labyrinth that was quickly approaching. Frias turned into a spider and proceeded to try to speedrun the place, only making circles, actually, funny enough, and not getting anywhere close to the exit. But
Yeah.
eventually, you guys ran into the person who had been approaching you, which was an NPC that you had met earlier in the campaign around the time when Various and Tibbs had gotten their sigil stones. The human-looking being named Leo. And that is where we start today's session. Let me get the music running.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
rhythm.
always gets me
Rhythm's
every
always late.
single time.
Rhythm's always late. Hey, at least you're not as late as Rhythm, Jen.
Yay!
But standing before you is a rather normal-looking person, at least normal by some standards. Very unassuming looking, has sort of dirty blonde hair, kind of one might say disheveled-looking clothing, and kind of what you would see as someone who might live on the streets or something like that. But it is a little bit more well-kept than you might see in that case. But they're kind of staring at you rather incredulously, especially the giant spider. But you can definitely tell that it's not a look of fear or being shocked. It's more of a case of, huh. So I'm gonna make sure I bring up my map for you guys so I know exactly where you are positioned. Where is it? But yeah, this figure is just kind of staring at you, not quite sure what to make of you. Does anyone want to say anything?
What twins are you doing here?
And he sort of rubs the back of his neck and leans back a bit and is like, "Well, I'm friends with Amadeus." But why
Yeah.
are you here again?
We're lost in the maze too.
No, I know my way through here.
Jackson, Various, he can lead you to that Amadeus person.
What? Why do you want to meet Amadeus? And he crosses his arms over his chest. Please don't make me RP with myself.
You're fine.
Various just look around like, do we say anything about the whole thing? Well, you see, my friend here has a ring that has something in it, and apparently he can talk to Amadeus to figure out how to get the something out. Yes, that sounds very plausible.
There's actually shuffling footsteps behind Leo, and you see another rather familiar figure, except instead of having the blonde highlights in the hair, it has changed to blue. A very familiar stoner, essentially, kind of sombers up behind him. He's a little shorter than Leo, mostly because he is slouching. And he just kind of has a raised eyebrow. It's like, oh, so that's what was causing a ruckus down here.
Do you know anything about this?
Kinda. They're, you know, they've got its attention, you know?
You watch Leo just deadpan at Styx.
Yeah. What the hell are you guys doing here? He's kind of looking over the party.
What are we doing here? What are you doing here?
We're friends of the guy who lives here.
And Various looks at Styx and is like, but you told us that we could come here. When I was asking questions, you said that we should come here to see.
I didn't expect you to come here so soon.
And you see Leo give him another deadpan look.
It's like, you were like supposed to send like a letter or something, because...
What's the address exactly where we could send this letter, and did you give it to us?
It's pretty public knowledge, dude. Like, you'd think before just stumbling and breaking into someone's house, you're gonna, like, let people know you're there.
This is a very dreary house if you consider it an abode.
Oh, this is just the security system.
I would like this around this place.
So are they clear or not to see Mama?
Do you want an honest answer? Or do you want a roundabout one? Because honestly, the honest one is I still don't trust these people, whoever the hell they are. I mean, obviously, it's got some stake in this, but at the same time, it's like, I can't get a read on them, you know?
Look, it's very simple. We need a few seconds of speaking with Amadeus for my friend here, and then we can be on our merry way.
Why?
Something called a negative that is trying to be his friend is stuck in a ring and it wants out. Pride or some silly name like that.
Styx seems to look for mutants and then kind of looks at Leah with a raised brow, and then there's a very odd silence between the two, almost deathly. But they seem to have some sort of understanding before Styx looks back at you. I mean, considering the fact you've basically busted in and are trying to get through Amma's defenses, I'm not 100% sure if we should help you through this.
They also didn't know. I mean, it does look like just a cave from the outside.
It does, but that's the point.
And yet everybody knows he lives here.
Yeah, but can you blame the guy?
We're not from around here.
Oh.
Anybody want to use some diplomacy?
Rose.
I can't.
Rose will step forward a little bit then. Look, I don't know if you've seen the weather outside, but the situation around the plains is escalating a little bit here, so sometimes that calls for particular circumstances.
Just to be fair, my distrust is... it's normal, okay? You can't always trust everyone just because they either have a pretty face or have a purpose. Sometimes they can twist that purpose.
Oh, he said I'm pretty.
Smart move.
Wait, what? He kind of just stares at you, Rose, like, wait, is there something I'm missing here?
Rose was telling Styx's like suspicion, smart play to, keep arms away from people.
What are you trying to persuade them for? Tips.
Just let Various in. Listen, you two can be as paranoid as you want. It's perfectly fine. I understand that. I've lived it. But this one, he points to the chubby rabbit beside him, needs to speak to this Amadeus person. If we stay here, that's fine with me, so long as whatever's in that ring gets out. And never touches again or speaks to one.
Jealous of his new friend.
Can I see the
That's
ring?
what I'm speaking.
Various sort of is a little bit antsy at that, but shuffles forward to show his hand. He's not gonna just hand it over.
Mm-hmm. Smart. And Styx will kind of reach out and kind of take your hand and then kind of look over the ring itself, and then he'll kind of look back at Leo. And then he'll kind of look back at the ring, and he seems to stare rather intently at it for quite a while without saying anything. But then he'll almost immediately let go of your hand, Various, before stepping back.
Various shuffles back a bit, and his hands go down, and some of you might notice that he's switching which finger the ring is on.
Mm-hmm. Styx definitely seems to kind of rub his chin a little bit. It's almost like he's thinking. It's like, I mean, you could try. He seems hesitant to help you. That is obvious.
Look, let me put it this way. You led us to some things before, and that at least is a nugget of trust that you were willing to bestow upon us, and I get that you're not wanting to play your full hand, especially in these uncertain times. But I'll tell you this, but I'll give you this much at least then. Whatever stuffed that friend of Various is in that ring, and whatever's causing those storms out there, they're connected somehow. And right now Amadeus is about the only lead we could have that could possibly point us to find a way of stopping this chaos.
And what if you don't find anything from this? Then where will you go? Because there's no guarantee that he's going to have the answers for you. You know that, right? Whatever those answers happen to be, or questions.
1 second.
Then we strike him off the list and carry on our way, and won't have any need to bother him any further. We can go back to your business. You can go back to our business, and you can get back to whatever yours is.
He seems to be racking his brain on something, and rather occasionally looking at Leo in silence. But then seems to suddenly get a bit of an idea. Tell you what. How about you go sit tight outside the cave, and we're gonna go talk to our friend to see if he's even willing to see anyone today. He's kinda busy. most of the time, especially recently.
You see Leo nod in the background. He's also been very quiet, though his eyes have been tracking Frias.
Mm-hmm. And like an uncanny level of tracking. So anytime you move, Frias, there's almost a subtle shift in Leo's eyes, and you can definitely notice it because he is keeping a very close eye on you.
Roger. She was just basically making sure they weren't going to grab Various and try to run.
Just grab the rabbit and run.
I mean, if they tried to do that, you guys would stand no chance. I'm just saying that right now. But we'll go talk with the nerd and see if he's willing to talk to anyone today. But you're gonna have to at least show us a little bit of trust in this, because we need you to just stay outside. If we see you coming back in here, well, that's a breach of that trust. Very simple. Think you can follow it?
Sure.
Various nods a little.
I know it seems small, it seems stupid. You probably want to go forward with us and stuff, but you need to understand that we have our reasons.
All right. Shall we, boys and girls?
Mm-hmm. And funny enough, with that, Styx will kind of look up at Leo and then start walking away. And they'll, of course, he'll vanish into the dark hallway.
And Leo will follow after.
Mm-hmm. Remove their marker from the map. Now, the question is, do you plan to follow these two, or will you listen to them? That's the question.
No. Fix, no.
Oh no, where's Fix?
Yeah, she'll be right back. The headset that she bought wasn't being identified, so she had to reboot because her microphone was turning in and out.
Okay.
You know, Windows, how it works.
You mean what?
Never.
It does?
Windows working is an oxymoron.
Windows working? What is this magic?
I miss XP. That's all I have to say.
Fortunately, I had my head under her desk. I didn't hear what was happening, other than they're still arguing like an old married couple.
Is it?
They want us. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, is it bad that when you said I miss XP, I was thinking experience?
Oh. No. I think video games kind of did that to them, or they did that to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But Freyas will just look at everyone, waiting to see what they do, or an instruction.
Yeah, Rose is pretty much willing to follow Six's suggestion. Looks like that they're ready to head back out.
Okay.
Various looks to Tibbs and is like, "You willing to sit outside?"
Tibbs.
Real life may have grabbed them.
That's fine. We can wait a little bit for them. Because I want everyone's input on what they plan to do.
Just make the spooler invisible. Zippy zip. No one can catch me.
I mean, you could try.
That's more of a thing of if somebody else wants to. If that phrase is still the newbie in the group, they're not going to try screwing everything up.
I mean, we've already have speed boost on Spooter. We don't need to turn its hitbox off.
Again, I said you could try that. I didn't say it would work.
People only look up 45 degrees if you watched any ninja documentary.
Yeah, but there's also things that have true sight.
Touche. Just go straight wall master, drop from the ceiling.
So how about that Baldur's Gate 3?
Oh man, that dev was mad that everyone was making generic human man.
That happens in every game, though. That's the thing. It's like, I mean, I'm the weird. I feel like I'm the weird one out because I try to make crazy, weird, strange characters, but then I see like every streamer ever make generic face.
Are you kidding me? I rarely play humans. Unless human is the only option, I am playing something else.
Yeah, same.
What the heck?
If human's the only option, then of course I'll be forced to play human, but then I'll make it like really weird, like they'll have like weird skin tones or hair.
Oh,
and
the
shit
Monster
like
Factory kind of stuff.
that. Mm-hmm. But if I'm given other options, better believe I'm using those options.
Yeah, Dark Souls, almost every one of my characters, I found out how to give them red skin, like fire truck red skin.
Hell
So if I
yeah.
was not part of the Dragon Squad or whatever, they were just straight red.
Nice.
Hello?
Then there's Dark Souls.
Hello?
Oh, there you are.
There you are.
Good.
There you are.
Ah, much better. No, my webcam mic was garbage, so we got a headset, but it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't hooking up properly.
Sounds
You
Yeah.
real
sound
good.
a lot clearer than you used to.
You do. You sound
Yeah,
clear.
it's an actual mic.
Oh, okay,
Quieter,
cool.
but better.
Yeah, I just need to turn you up just a teensy
I
tiny
can.
bit.
I didn't turn on the boom or increase the volume of the microphone because I didn't know how loud it would be.
Oh no,
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
they must have been set. Oh, there you go.
And now I can't hear them at all.
Who was that?
I think the microphone switched again.
Oh no.
Welcome to technical difficulties.
Welcome to computers or assholes. Am I wrong?
Ahem, the last problems we had where they like to change settings, real tech,
Oh my god.
or OBS updates.
Oh.
Muting your microphone for half an hour. Thanks, OBS.
Oh, I realized OBS does that too whenever I get the update, so I tend not to update until I absolutely need it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was starting up OBS, getting stream ready, and then it's like, you have an update. It's like, no, we're not playing this game tonight.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, I gotta turn you up though.
Okay.
There we go.
Do you remember, Nova, when my computer was having so many issues and I needed to fix something via BIOS?
Mm-hmm.
And we tried so hard to get the BIOS to open, and we couldn't do it. And I was like, it is just straight up broken.
Mm-hmm.
And then I looked it up, and that one brand of computer
had the different thing.
had the different button from every other brand to open up BIOS.
What
Yep.
button was it?
All right, we're good to go. Sorry about that.
No problem.
worries.
You're fine. But Styx and Leo have officially left. So it is up to you if you plan to follow them or listen to what they told you and wait outside.
Rose has already gone outside. Phrase is waiting basically for
Well-
instruction, and I think Various asked Tibbs something.
So Rose hasn't left just yet, but has made it very clear that their intention is they are going to leave once the rest of the party's ready.
Various was just asking Tibbs, are you willing to go out, for us to go outside? Because this is sort
Amadeus,
of
or if sorry, is Varys going alone, or is this like
they're all
everyone?
going to sit outside.
Mm-hmm.
All right, no problem here. No, why would I have a problem? Me, please. Ha.
Mm,
So you're all gonna head outside?
yep.
Oh, Go ahead and cast wild magic, please.
Wait, what?
Huh?
Someone
Bring
sent a
outside?
DM message.
Ah, boop.
Oh no.
Oh.
Okay, so let's all right, what's 91?
I'm glad I made my character step away from the group.
I want you all, except for Tibbs, to roll perception, please.
Oh no.
Oh god, what is perception for spider?
Perception.
Wisdom. Oh, they only have a +1. Yuck.
Or perception.
Perception.
Because
Because they need to be able to see. Because they need to see this. Because they want to see.
Would
if
I
they can
would I
see this.
still get the +5 from my observant feat?
I'd say yes.
Okay.
Because it's still you.
More eyes now.
Just more eyes, yeah.
The heck is perception? Yeah. Okay. And then plus. Oh, that's gonna look horrible.
1 second.
No problem. Okay.
I have 8 eyes. How can you beat me?
So you all kind of see Tibbs trying to cast a spell, but whatever he was trying to cast obviously doesn't seem to work as his magic begins to spark rather wildly and re-enters him. So you see this like little burst of sparks. And Tibbs, you recover 1d10 hit points.
I meant to do that. Was feeling a little slow. Feel much better now. Yes.
Narrows all the spider eyes.
I don't know who can.
Oh god, why'd that instrument come up at that moment? Oh, that made me. Ugh.
Huh?
The instrument rhythm just brought up with the ambience music. Just with what I said, I imagined it and it made me feel creepy.
Perfect.
Tiberius is now going to be like, dust himself off and just follow.
Okay. So, you guys go ahead and head outside. You kind of head through the corridors to the very beginning, and you were actually rather close. You only had to go east once, and then south again, and you're outside now. So the kind of cool wind air does kind of greet you as you head back outside. So let me switch the music back over because you are no longer in Spooky Dungeon.
Just in the land of hurricanes and tornadoes. Or, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I had to. It was there, just like Florida.
So you guys are now all sort of waiting outside. Everyone is there, thankfully. Oh, I mean, Freya's big spider is also there, so.
Would you perhaps turn back into the other you?
Dang it, would he come back? Can't come back fast enough. Yeah, she'll turn back into normal Freya's.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Hey, you can
okay.
talk.
Good.
I still
That's
have...
like they were trying to think about how to eat me.
She just grins.
Fritz is gonna put down the paper bag now.
Now you guys are being forced to essentially wait for whatever the two strange humans decide to do.
Do we see any kind of activity coming outside the cave?
Perception for me. Rose, you don't see anything. All you see is the typical clouds. You see the storm still far on the horizon, the one that you had passed through originally to get here. Various, you kind of walk away from the cave just a little bit, kind of down the stairwell path itself. to kind of look up and try to get a better vantage point of the mountain, and you do see kind of above the clouds a much higher cliff peak, but you see a large opening in it. And you can kind of almost hear and even make out the sounds of waterfalls coming from it, but you really don't see much else from that. So I'm gonna roll something, see how long it takes him. Ooh. Okay. So is there anything you guys want to do while you wait?
Flix is going to pull out some snacks and candies and pastries. And
Okay. And they definitely do seem to be taking quite a while, and you're not quite sure why.
Rose kind of looks over towards Various as they're waiting. So what kind of nasty rumors do you think they're spreading of us in there?
Just so you know, Jen's currently muted, so they may have to type.
Ah, okay.
Probably nothing. They're probably just...
Oh, shoot!
Yeah, you've been muted this whole time, Jen. I was like, why isn't Jen talking? They're not typing either. So I checked Discord. It's like, oh, they're muted. Okay. So maybe it's too loud over there or something.
This is just the day of technical issues.
that way.
Various sort of pauses and has sat down and says, I don't remember them saying we needed to send a letter. They just said maybe we should go see this scholar.
Yes, well, if you looked at them, they didn't look like they were both right in their mind, if you know what I mean. Nothing between the ears but fluff.
I don't know. Something was a little bit unusual.
off. Scone?
Scone?
That's right. Flix pulled out a bunch of snacks. So
Yeah, he's handing out scones and drinks.
You see Various light up just a little bit, just enough that he's trying to hide it, but you can tell that he's very hungry.
I mean, considering the fact he threw up in the cart earlier.
Yeah. He takes one and immediately starts nibbling at it.
It's a nice little scone. So. But let me roll something real quick just to see. God damn! Wow.
Oh no,
yeah.
the next two numbers are predictable now.
Yeah, you're still waiting. They definitely seem to be taking a lot longer than you thought.
Okay, now I'm pulling out the fairy wine.
Oh no.
It's going to be that.
Question is who's gonna drink it? Actually, what is that now?
Well, I know one person who likes wine here. And I know another one who just likes alcohol in general.
But yeah.
I've just...
Go ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4. 5 glasses for everybody.
But yeah, you all see Flix just out of their bag pull out a bottle of wine, and Rose, you know what that is. That's fairy wine.
Oh, thank goodness, someone brought something of palatable taste.
Everybody gets a glass.
Wait, what? What? She looks up from her book like something's gone on.
Yes,
I hand Freya some wine.
Thank you. What is it?
The most divine thing to ever touch your palate.
Well, I hardly believe that to be true.
Rose is going to give the wine a sniff. he's gonna play. Right now, they're playing it up like like they're testing the bouquet of it. Is there any way he can that Rose can check to see if there's any mind altering effects to this particular wine?
Just roll me a flat d20. I'd say not really. It's just your basic Fey wine. It's probably a little sweeter than others you might have tasted, I'd say. But you can't really tell if it has any mind-altering effects aside from, just getting drunk.
It's from home.
I'm sure it is.
It is from a cellar. It's fantastic.
And at least at this point, Flix is a enjoyer of more of the fine wines, probably something that not so much is going to cause your mind to do things, but it's just a case of enjoyment over screwing with people.
Mm-hmm.
Various takes a small sip.
Okay. Just a small one?
Yeah.
So more of a tasting sip.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have to worry about a con save. Yet.
Oh no. Oh no, Tibbs.
No, Various doesn't seem to be affected.
Sniff the wine, swirl it, put it in the cheeks, spit it back out, and see what it tastes like.
What do you think it tastes like, Flix? What does it taste like?
It tastes like divinity.
Oh, and whatever that divinity means to a person, I'd say go for it. Yeah.
Original Sin 1 or 2?
Oh.
You took my joke.
Both.
After all, the Red Prince does talk about like the amazing wine.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes like a sweet, nice bouquet of texture and flavor on your tongue. Like it's really good tasting.
Mm-hmm.
Because Flix likes finer things.
He does. He's a fine gentleman.
Yes. There's like special cheeses and things with him in like special Feylock boxes.
Amazing.
He'll have a snack whenever he needs to.
So yeah, it's a very, very nice wine, Tibbs.
I'm going to play down his ooh and be like, yeah, it's acceptable.
Question is, will you drink it?
Yes.
Con save, please. Let's see if you get drunk. No, you're fine. You've had your fair share of wine, Tibbs. So this is hardly your first rodeo.
Breathe on it and rub it a bit just to give it that extra shine.
Mm-hmm. It's hardly your first rodeo with wine, so you're like, this is fine. I've had stronger before. Yeah, Flix, you're fine too. Perfectly fine.
Flix can't get drunk.
Or is he always drunk?
He's drunk on his own
That's a superpower.
beauty. He's drunk on his own beauty. That's a different thing. But yeah, you two are perfectly fine. Frius, Rose, and Various, are you going to partake?
I think Various is going to take it slower because he's used to just he's not a huge fan of being drunk.
Okay, so even regardless of the fact you're still going to drink it, you still need to make a con save. Because you're still putting alcohol in your body.
Flix is gonna sit there and look at Frius and Rose and just watch them wait.
Oh yeah, you're fine, Various. Since you're taking it much slower, kind of little sips at a time, your body's able to adjust more easily to it, and you feel fine.
Grace is just back to her book. She's just holding the glass so it doesn't fall.
Rose will, after some reluctance, will take a sip of it.
Okay.
Staring intensifies.
It tastes amazing.
It does.
And you haven't grown gills yet.
I swear, we're not just wanting to see Rose drunk, maybe.
Maybe.
Come on, roll a 1.
Let's see that con save.
Oh, baby.
You're just like, oh no.
Rose did something we never expected him to do. Karaoke.
He's currently
Wow,
hacking
holy
this mainframe.
shit, guys. Yeah, no, Rose is perfectly fine. He seemed to sip it rather gingerly and be completely unaffected.
I was hoping the primordial without the liver.
No.
Okay, sweet, your turn. He looks at Prius.
She looks up and goes, I'm going to keep my wits with me for now.
Everyone else was fine. Take a sip. Lighten up.
She lets out a big sigh and just takes a little sip.
And it tastes really nice.
She'll just smile and go back to her book.
Yeah, you just see Freya give a little sip and that's it. And... Are you fucking serious? Yeah,
we're moving too much. We all know Earthbound. You have to stay at the waterfall for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
are they
really
still here?
They're still talking, apparently.
Okay, I'm going through the door. Fuck this.
Furious scrambles up, trying to grab Flix. Wait, no.
I would say a dex versus a strength if Flix wants to pull away from Various grabbing them. Roll sleight of hand then. Oh shit, yeah.
Should I? Okay, so
Strength versus dex.
Oh, yay.
Yeah,
Flix, they'll never come if you go through there.
So like Flix is walking with his high-heeled boots, and like there's this rabbit attached to like his cape.
Like,
and yeah, they drag you into the cave because you're not quite strong enough.
Freya's will walk in front of Flix and expose the book. She was actually drawing Flix with such a skill that she shouldn't have been standing there for that long and getting such a result.
I am beautiful. Oh my god! I take the book and start looking at it.
So you stop before you go in the cave? Please say you stop before you go in the cave.
Depends on where Flix stopped. Depends on where Flix stopped.
Hang on.
Rose is going to hold up their empty glass. Oh no.
Yeah, I hit the wrong button. Hang on.
I will say the microphone is
I'm having a night.
It's okay, you're fine.
Okay, yeah, so Flix just keeps walking while holding the book, looking at it.
Oh well, okay, Rose.
If you keep moving, you'll ruin. Please come back. That's my book.
Rose is going to.
I'm so beautiful.
Rose is going to hold their glass up in the air. Hey, Flix, you got any more of this stuff?
And they're already gone back inside the cave, Rose.
Oh, fuck.
Considering the fact that you've already gone inside the cave, you can't hear Rose.
Damn! My mentor!
Yeah, Rose, as you look up to kind of ask for more wine, you see that both Various, and Flix are gone.
Various just about collapses once they go into the cave.
Mm-hmm. It's just you and Tib standing outside.
Wine.
Flix is starting to
I'm not the bartender.
Admiring the picture.
Did
I did a really good job.
Yes, can you please come back
really
outside?
am handsome.
Yes, please come back outside so I can
You
finish.
captured my bones. Oh, they're glorious.
Tibbs, I'd say yes, you did get the bottle because Flix was distracted. So let me reopen the map again because you guys went back in. Now the question is Flix just walking in a straight line?
Just kind of, he's lost his track of what he was going to do because he's too busy looking at himself. And it's just sort of walking in this straight line, not knowing where he's going because he's too busy looking at a picture of himself. Thanks, Frias, for making it too beautiful.
Oh no.
And
it's like if he had a mirror.
And the funny thing is, Furious, is you're kind of following Flix because they're not stopping. Both you and Various are following him, and you
No,
keep seeing the same hallway
Various
repeating.
stop.
Oh, Various stop.
Various-
Okay, but
She will like physically turn him around after the hall repeats once, just to try to get him to go back outside.
And Flix, go ahead and roll perception for me, because yeah, if you don't, you're just gonna keep repeating back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Can I have it at a minus since I'm too enamored with myself?
So yeah, disadvantage. Yeah. Yeah, you don't notice as Frias is able to kind of spin you around and eventually lead you back to the entrance, and you walk back outside. Though you may want to stop him from walking because you might walk.
Yeah, that was the very next thing.
But Rose and Tibbs, you see various Frias and Flix come back out, but Flix seems too enamored with the book that's in front of them, and they just start walking down the path and now off of it.
Tibbs is going to sip the wine and just watch this display. He's like, "Oh, didn't end the show. Excellent."
Various and Frias, what do you plan to do?
Depending on if they do stop or not.
Well, they're gonna walk off.
If I don't feel any ground under me, my wings will pick up immediately, and I'll just start to like sort of float.
Oh
fly.
no, she will not allow you to even get to that point. If Flix is starting to head towards a cliff, she will physically turn into a bear and let him.
This entire
fall on
island
her.
is a cliff, so they don't need to go very far up the path to literally get to the edge.
So yeah, right before they get to a cliff, sudden giant black bear, and Flix will physically just fall into fluff.
Bear. Sun bear.
How menacing does the bear look? Like,
Probably
how
not
menacing
very.
is your bear for? Or are you like a squishy teddy bear?
Probably a mixture of a large teddy bear that's, even though it's a black bear, it's colored red for some reason.
So
Okay,
big
so you're
squishy bear.
Okay, so I'm just gonna cuddle into it while admiring myself then.
Crisis averted. That's close enough. Okay, so everyone that's paying attention at the very least, or listening, give me a perception.
Bear is just thankful that it's all stopped.
It's too sad.
I guess the thing that sucks is I got to use different rolls. Perception. Wisdom for bear, +1, +5. Same thing as before.
The only one that notices this is Frias. But as you're kind of letting Flix kind of cuddle into the bear fluff, you finally get a chance to look back at the cave and kind of look around it. And you do indeed spot a small circular hole at the very top of the archway with a small sheen to it.
Oh, I should have gone with my original plan with the spider.
And at the very least, you could probably get an idea that is some sort of scrying device. So it's a good chance, at least from what you understand, they probably have been watching this whole time.
Nothing I can really relay anyway, just
bitter stare.
Large bear breath that causes the weird, soft, fluffy cushion to rise and fall.
Okay, I'm just reading the chat.
Sure hope they can't hear.
Oh, they can. But you don't know that.
Nope.
Honestly, I was going to walk around the entrance as a spider,
Mm-hmm.
mostly for giggles, but I was actually going to look for stuff around the entryway. I'm so sad I didn't.
But after what feels like at least, I'd say 30 minutes, so about a half an hour, you do eventually hear some sort of sound coming from the archway itself. It almost sounds like a soft rumbling sound, almost like stone grinding on stone, before you hear a click.
About time. Tiberius is going to stand up and just, do the little stretches. He's getting ready to talk to someone.
Also, the egg Various, since it's in its own little pouch, keeping warm, even as you look at it, you can feel a nice gentle warmth coming from it. It occasionally does seem to jitter every now and then. But yeah, you all hear the rumbling stone coming from the archway. But after the click, it goes completely silent. I need to find proper music for... What's this here? Let's see if this works. Okay.
How come he gets to ride you? I specifically asked to ride you first, and he's riding you now.
I'm not. No.
Barius.
Barius.
Give me a second real quick.
Are you Pokemon talking to Tiberius?
Barius.
Tiberius is like, I don't care about that. I specifically asked first. He didn't even ask, and you let him ride you. This is absolutely unattainable.
She will stick her tongue out at you.
How dare you?
Okay, sorry about that. At the 5 o'clock mark, I will be briefly taking a small break for food, because dinner's almost ready. But, yeah, what do you guys do now that you've heard basically rumbling coming from the cave itself and then the click? Because right now it's all silent after that.
Tiberius is going to mock as though he's flipping a cape over his shoulder and walk away from Darius towards the cave for having insulted him in such a way.
Okay.
Can we just wait? Never mind.
So, Various, you're gonna head inside?
No, Tiberius might.
Tiberius, sorry.
No.
I can't play a song longer than 3 hours. Scree.
The click noise. He's going to check it out.
How badly will someone vocalize that they don't want Tibbs to go inside?
Well, Various just said it. He's like, please don't.
I'm trying to find sound for this.
I'm sorry. He's just been insulted because the fairy that just joined the group got to ride the bear/spider thing, and he didn't. So this is not, this is not acceptable.
I'm gonna make a roll.
Okay.
Seriously, right down the middle. All right. Okay, one more time.
Why are all these like 10 hours?
Oh.
What the frick?
Well, before Tibbs can get in there, he's suddenly feels his collar lifted and his feet off the ground as Barius literally grabs onto the back of his coat and lifts him up.
It's too late now. I don't want to ride. Thank you. Put me down.
He's being grappled by bear.
Freyas, put me down.
Just turns back to the group with Tibbs in her mouth and just walks back to the group.
Mm-hmm. Various and Rose, since you're closer to the door, can you give me a perception, please?
Right. I am going to use. I'm going to use my proficiency this time.
Okay.
So +3, 19.
Okay, cool. Various, you too. Okay. As you guys are starting to walk...
I thought you said Barius for a second, and I was about to scream.
But As you're kind of watching Freya's basically mother bear Tibbs and carrying him up by the scruff of his neck, you do hear the subtle sounds of a waterfall coming from the cave.
Is that over Tiberius constantly complaining about being hoisted up by his sword? Okay.
Yes.
Shh, shh,
That's why I
shh.
need a perception.
Don't you dare shush me. I am very angry right now.
There's water running nearby. That wasn't there before.
Wait, there was a click noise. Obviously, it meant to go in. What are you doing? Why am I still hanging here?
Let's. Various sort of. He readjusts the pack on his back and patters over and looks in. Hello?
Various, in fact, as you approach the doorway, you don't see nothing but darkness. You instead see a sprawling chasm. This chasm is huge. It's a huge cavern with massive waterfalls and this giant cave opening that seems to open up into the plane of wind itself. You see huge stalactites and stalagmites connecting the ceiling together, pillars, and off in the distance you notice that there is lights along the cavern walls. There is a small pathway kind of curving through the cavern from where you're at, leading to the area with lights.
Can we come in?
You don't hear anything aside from the ambience. The rushing of water, the tweeting of birds.
He's sort of hesitant to go in.
What's going on in there, Various?
It looks like a cavern. There's waterfalls. There's a lot of room, but I don't see any people.
Rose will go take a look.
And you'll see the exact same thing, Rose. This is a far cry from the labyrinth that had been there previously.
I think the change of venue here is supposed to be a sign.
I don't know. It feels more like a test to see what we do.
And the maze before wasn't?
Oh no, that was the security system, apparently.
All right, so you all heard that. I'm pretty sure
in the background.
that was dinner. But I will be back in about 15 minutes. So feel free to get snacks, drinks, take your bathroom breaks, etc., and we will return.
Yeah, I may grab
Okey-dokey.
some supper too.
All right, so 15 minutes. We'll be back.